Sunny's on cue.
Hey everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Lumberjack Guy.
and me, Cat Toy Girl. And Sunny jumped on the table right on cue.
You probably didn't know it, but today is National Love a Lumberjack Day. So
Who said that?
I did.
I was going to say, is it on that every day is a holiday calendar? I don't have one this year.
But you can still give me some love.
Here's some conversation hearts, Mr. O. There's plenty of love around.
I know. Thank you.
How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a great time. Thank you. I can put my hood up, and match his hat there, but I really need to because my hair is like out of control. But anyways, it was our granddaughter's sweet 16 birthday yesterday. That was so very, very awesome. Went around and to a couple of stores, had to get her a card and a couple of things. And while we were out, we ran into another mystical store in our area, right near a card shop I had to drive to, which I didn't know was there. So I ended up getting another Oracle deck.
Oh no. The card bopped out.
Oh,
Hold on. Give me a moment. I
Okay.
have to realign the camera. I don't know.
Card camera bopped out. Well, anyway.
It happens once in a while. It's only going to take a moment, honest.
Yeah, I understand.
No, you don't.
I'm just prattling.
Oh, okay. Well, keep on prattling.
Anyway, it is called the Lover's Oracle, and it's actually a reprint of an older...
There we go.
It's actually, if I cannot be interrupted, a reprint of an Oracle deck from a while back. I think it was 2009 or something like that. So this is like the second printing in 2021. And the artist on this is, I keep forgetting her name, and I do have another deck or two by her. Tony Carmine Salerno. And they are heart-shaped cards. And so, therefore, very, very difficult to shuffle. So, Mr. O, I'm going to have you shut your eyes and grab one. There's just a little saying on the back. Yeah, they're cardboardy. Oh, that's very pretty looking and growthful. So I don't know if this is about love, unrequited love, but it says on the back, look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. And just for the heck of it, I pulled another one to go along with it just to see if it would give more info. And it does. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. And there you go. So I wonder, these cards are probably more helpful to be read together. There's just a small little booklet with one spread on it. So I will have to look that over at some point. But that's what I have for the collective today. Make of it what you will in this Super Tarot Love Month. Let's not forget, there is still time before we close out the month to get a love reading that is on sale on our website. So check it out at tfttarotfortoday.com.
And once again today, I am going to be using the Final Rose Tarot. You see the box there in the background. And that's a close-up card. And it's the Justice, here called the Hot Suit. And I'm also using the Karma Music Tarot. And, looks familiar. Six of Cups.
Hey, Sile.
Hi, Sile. And then finally, I'm going to use the English Magic Tarot. And that's the Knight of Cups.
Okay. Well, it's almost the end of the month and we'll be switching up soon. I sense I'll be using cat decks in the future as it'll be our cat's birthday month in March. But anyway, for now, I've got the Lover's Path Tarot. There is the Empress in that deck, which is Cleopatra. Fertility, it says on the card. And that's Lover's Path by Chris Walter. We have the True Love Tarot, and there's the Seven of Roses in that deck, the Seven of Wands. We have the Shadowscapes Tarot, which is here's the Ace of Swords in that deck. And finally, last but not least, the Lover's Tarot by Jane Lyle. And here is the High Priestess in that deck. And also, we'll be using again our Cupid Lenormand. Oh my. Love hurts sometimes. There's the Psyche in that deck. Okay.
There are the pangs of love, and then there are the tongs of love.
There you go. All right.
Oh, my cards are falling.
All right. Let's see what we've got going here. We're doing fine. We went to our granddaughter's house yesterday to pass along the gifts and have some Cold Stone Creamery ice cream cake they had for her.
That's where it came from. I was wondering where they got it from.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was really good. Needless to say. All right. So I guess Acel is first.
All right.
Go ahead with your question, Acel.
Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Maurice.
Mr. Maurice. You're so nice. Thank you so much. General reading about the current job.
Thank you very much.
All right. We love that kitty widget. We do. Not just for what it brings, but it's kind of cool. It's neat. It certainly fits us. Okay. So, Acel, what do you got for us? Go ahead with your question. Oh, jeez. One would think Kara was here. Sonny, what are you doing?
Yes, go ahead, Acel, and ask the question.
Come on. Sit down here. Sit down. Yeah, Mr. Maurice is staying. He said he wanted a general job in that kitty thing that popped up. Okay. So
oh, yeah, I'm sure he'll be here.
We will do that for Mr. M, and we've got him on the list after Seeley. All right. You son, man.
So, Acel may be having a connection problem, but we'll give him another moment.
Let's give Acel a minute. Oh, there we go. Kara is here. I should have known Kara. Sonny just jumped through the cameras right before you appeared.
I got the vapors and wanted to clutch my pearls, but I was in lumberjack clothing instead.
So what can you do to attract your ultimate life partner? Good question, Acel. Do you want to use the final rose for that, Mr. O?
Yes, okay.
Sounds appropriate somehow. Well, all my lover's decks could be, I guess, too. Sonny, I gotta clean that eye. Aw. You're so silly. Whoa. Give me that. I think lately, though, our cat Shadow is vying for the most needy cat in the household award, trying to battle Sunny for that title. Because all morning she was just around me all morning. Just cuddling, snuggling, bumping my computer.
Well, like they say in that one TV show,
What?
it was Kara all along. Hi, Divine.
Hey, Divine You.
Love and hugs to you. Thank you. You can, Jackie. Yes.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in.
All right. We'll make a note of that, Jackie. Absolutely. All right. Okay, so let's look at life partner. How to attract. Wow, interesting. It is the Three of Wands, and underneath it says next to destination. The Three of Roses, so Three of Wands.
Okay.
Wow, and interesting. We have the Four of Wands reversed here, Mr. O, the mansion. Four of Roses. Wow. And it's the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Rings, upright. Wow, that's really interesting combination. You know, especially in this deck, because it kind of gives you a little, inkling on what to go at. So you want to find your perfect, your perfect person. And I think your perfect person, how to attract them is to just simply be yourself. I really feel the Four of Wands here, for some reason, speaks to me in this regard. When I'm seeing this in a reading like this, I'm thinking to myself, this is talking about somebody who needs to just be themselves. No pretenses, not having to show a lot of bells and whistles or put on any false airs, but just to totally be yourself.
I agree with that, and then I'll take that a little bit further,
Okay, yeah, 'cause-
or maybe slightly skewed with that Three of Roses there, and suggest too that in being attractive, in playing the game of romance, there is always a long game sense of it. The idea that you don't go in thinking, I'm on a timetable and this has got to happen by such and such time. I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but I am saying that you have to have that sense of decompressed expectations, perhaps, that just spirit or whatever is leading you to put one foot in front of the other in a timely manner to address that. So
can I cut in?
Go ahead.
Such a good point there, because it actually is, that, you have to let, to attract the other, you have to give it time, not just, the part of actually having one, but once you do start dating someone, there's no timetable here. There's no end game. Well, there is an end game, but there's no timetable towards that. And long range planning is important here.
Hi, Angel.
Hi, Angel. Good to see you this day. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, you go ahead with that.
So then maybe that also is supported more or less by the Two of Rings, the Two of Pentacles, because I think it's saying that really you are doing the right things, even if you're not being noticed, or even if you're not feeling that you're moving in an attractive way or attracting somebody towards you. Maybe it's because it is, once again, talking about the measured approach. And in scales, there's a measurement aspect there. So going along with her other card there, the other card, the Four of Wands reversed, it is really, I think, saying just to understand that there can't really be a faster sense of expectation here, because really what you're talking about is somebody who potentially will be with you for your life.
Right. Well, and I also look at something else when I see the Two of Pentacles in this position. It kind of goes along with the Four of Wands reversed to me, in that, you need to have a very, very balanced approach with the people that you meet. No trying to not let your emotions get the better of you. And on the other hand, it's all about balance, just trying to be, emotional, not getting emotionally carried away out in the beginning. And that is so hard. I mean, when you fall head over heels with somebody, that is a tough thing to do. But if you can kind of maintain an emotional stability and also just show that, too, you're not too cold, you're definitely interested. It is a fine line, we have to weave sometimes to attract people. But number one, you don't want to scare people off initially by thinking, yes, this has got to move, to the 10th level now. You want to keep things in balance and perspective.
And thinking of somebody who's fallen head over heels for you, Banshee.
I know.
It's
He's
the
just
Sun
all
Man.
over here.
Head over
Well, let's do the
heels.
Lenormand now for a sell and see what we get.
All right.
Where did I put the... Oh, you have him.
I grabbed him.
Okay. Good idea, because he's all over the place here. Anyway, silly Sonny. My boyfriend, Sonny.
So in the Lenormand, there is the Sun.
Awesome.
And there is Mars. And,
Wow.
there always seems to be this energy with the Mars or the Venus card. I'm just going to say that I really feel like this is supporting the idea of what we said, that, kind of set your sense of expectation a little bit more with the idea of this being a long game that you are moving towards with steady movement, just not super quick movement. Because that's what I think this combination will really say, is you are going to move towards this success in what you're looking for.
In finding a partner. Yes. I don't know if I could say anything more than that. That's pretty much it, Mr. O. So, this looks like, with what it's saying here, there is a successful conclusion to this, finding somebody that you will feel very happy with. So that's what we have for you. Wow. Hey, Angel Mary, good to see you.
Hi, Angel Mary.
All right.
Okay.
Interesting read for a sell. Okay.
Yes. Hope you like that, Estelle.
Yeah, I believe Lena is up.
Yes, and Lena has asked the question, general and finances, and if there's new love coming.
If there's what coming?
New love.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see what the cards say. Let's do 3 this time. Okay, Sonny, I got the big cards out, so you got to give me a little bit of space. Or I guess I just got to move this to accommodate. All right. You have a birthday, Angel Mary? Uh-oh. Well, we can probably fit that in.
I'm sure we can.
We will absolutely fit it in.
Yeah.
But do we need to move that up now? As we usually do.
Let's do it right after Lena's then, I guess.
We're going to do it right after Lena's reading.
So, Violet, please note that.
Happy birthday to you. Our granddaughter's
birthday.
sweet 16 birthday was just yesterday.
Yes. There was a flurry of birthdays in my family over this last week. On the 17th was my departed brother's birthday. And then I believe the day or two before that were
Violet.
some great nephews of mine. So yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Mary.
But we're doing Lena first and then Angel Mary because we started Lena's reading. So everybody, keep in mind, we'll do a birthday reading and usually we put you at the top of the list. It's okay, Angel Mary, we can do it, but do try to get here at the top of the show if you can and let us know so we can just put you right at the top to begin with, but this should be no problem.
Yeah,
just going to have to grab my computer and pull up the reading real quick. Mr. O can make an announcement or two and we'll be ready to go.
I know just what to announce. Okay, Lena. general and finance, and what's happening in new love.
Well, we're going to see what comes up most prominently. I mean, maybe both will. Let's take a
it's
look.
true.
Wow, we have the Queen of Swords here, upright. We have the Ten of Staves here, upright. Wands. And then I think, is that the Star? Grace is the Star, upright. 17 is the... No, reversed. Okay. I'm sorry. So it is reversed.
It is the Star.
Oh, it's the Sun?
I said Star, didn't I?
Oh, it's the Star. Because 18 is the Moon and 19 is the Sun. Yeah, sorry.
What's 16?
16 is the Tower.
That's right. I'm just checking.
Oh my gosh, yes, I know these decks that are differently named, but I mean, I know the numbers enough in my life here. Okay, so let's roll. I think here what I'm seeing in the love department is nothing is happening right now. You're feeling a little pessimistic, I think, about it too. Don't give up hope, my feeling is, with the Star reverse. That's always a danger there. You feel like it's just such a struggle. I think that Ten of Wands is indicative of that is, you saying it is such a struggle to get anywhere in the love department. And then we have the Queen of Arrows here, which ironically is Venus. And the Queen is kind of a serious person from time to time, is very logical. But I think in this case, because of the flavor of the other cards, I just want to say, Lena, you feel a bit melancholy about this. You do feel a little bit, like this is a little hard to bear sometimes.
Well, at first I thought that maybe one of these cards in particular was talking more about the financial situation that,
I'll get to that.
That there's some work there. But now I'm sort of thinking that maybe this mostly is applying towards your feelings about finding new love, as you've asked. And the idea that there is turning out to be a bit of work here, or that there are struggles or things weighing on you that make it a little bit harder for you to be expressive in this way. Did you say this was upright?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the Queen of Wands, of course.
Swords.
Even with Venus?
Yep.
So the others are staves.
Yeah, you got one right up there.
I see. Okay. So it is the Queen of Swords. So then really what that's saying is that, you're hard on yourself too. I mean, you're saying you're hard on yourself, but you're fair and you're strong enough to do the things you have to. It just may be that it's what Banshee said, that there's a sense of your morale being dogging behind that.
Right. And so in a little bit of a different vein, but not much, but a little bit of a different vein as far as your financial affairs go, the Queen of Swords might be indicating to me that you need to make some, firm decisions on how to cut through some obstacles or things that are weighing you down as far as your material affairs go right now. You feel a little bit gloomy in that area too, like, okay, maybe things are better, but there's some hard decisions I have to make ahead as to how to uplift things, how to make things better.
So in a case, in either respect, these could possibly both apply to both situations, right, in a way,
I think they do.
Which is really fitting and kind of, odd in a way that it does there. So maybe the key card that what intersects these two is the sense of not being inspired or not feeling like, in general, there's a positivity going for you right now, and that this may be coloring aspects of how you're looking at accomplishing things both financially and emotionally. So it's always good to consider that, you really have to try to create positive mood for yourself, or emphasize your positive mood wherever or however you can.
Right. I really feel that, maybe what this is also saying is, I feel that Ten of Wands is kind of important here in that it's saying that these areas of your life, they're heavy, they weigh heavy on you right now. The decisions you have to make, whether it's about your move or whether it's about how best to manage your resources or find a job, whatever the case may be, and, where you stand romantically. These are the two places in your life that feel kind of heavy for you right now. Well, we have the Clover, and we have the Coffin. Now, one could look at that as the end to good luck. That wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility, but I've always felt myself when I read the Lenormand that the Clover is one of those cards that really is so positive that it really diminishes the meaning of the negative card. And so I feel here really what it is saying is there is luck in putting an end to something. I don't know what it is, Lena, whether it's where you're living right now, whether it's something else. There is luck in putting an end to something in your life. And, fate may have something to do with this too, this ending coming about.
Well, it may be that what draws these together is that ultimately, at the end of the day, the idea of luck or fate is perceptual to some degree, and that maybe this is saying there really will be luck for you, something that will influence or change fate or destiny or how you perceive that, and that it may be the ending of conditions that you don't find favorable. So hold out for that. Hold out for not letting your current mood color or taint that. Be expectant towards the idea that luck can happen with these things.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that. I'm going to go, if you want to do some announcements, and get my computer.
All right. So then, as everyone knows, we will be back on Thursday at 7 p.m. And you know what? We are starting to wind down Super Tarot Love Month. And so what that basically means is we're hoping to have, maybe another thing or two. And, of course, I don't have my little promo screen prepared for that. But we had been talking about doing a Past Loves 2-hour pop-up, and it's going to be this Friday. We're not exactly sure. It could be at 6 p.m., could be at 7 p.m. on Friday. And we realize it may be out of the time zone for some people, so we're thinking of some ideas to maybe be helpful there, but we'll see. So that's our Past Loves, Past Lives, our probably final blowout for Super Tarot Love Month.
I am looking for my birthday gift spread. I have it. The birthday gift. All right.
Oh, that sounds wonderful, Lena. And we almost told you the opposite. Well, but we did pull it out at the end with luck.
Really? That is awesome.
Congratulations, then.
Wow. Well, I'm hoping that's going to be a major mood shift for you then. Good luck with that.
All right. So, very good, Lena. Congratulations. And we are up to the birthday reading for Angel Mary.
Your deck, Mr. O?
Okie dokie. How about if we use the Karma?
How about it? Go right ahead.
How about it? Karma Music Tarot.
Okay, so we're going to get started. Basically, this is about the gifts the next year will bring to you. And maybe something from the previous year. We do a little bit of a past thing, but it's mostly about the present and the future. And it's 6 cards, but we go through it fairly quickly. Again, happy birthday. This is our present to you.
And we can absolutely do that for you, Violet. We do know it's going to be Friday. Uh-oh.
What?
See the screen?
No.
It's shifting.
Well, mine takes...
The plastic's falling.
Oh!
It slipped a little bit.
Well, that must have been when he jumped.
Yeah, I'm going to try
think.
to straighten it out in a moment when I let you have the cards.
By all means, we got a moment here. He's probably mad because I put my computer up here. Gosh forbid. I take a little more of the table for a while. So he's finding solace in his food dish right now. All right. Yeah, we'll do what we can, Violet. Sorry about that. It's just been such a crazy month for us all the way around.
Well, it really isn't hard to decide. Do you have a particular preference, Violet?
Yeah, we will talk. We will talk and maybe coordinate with you, so no worries about it. And we're fungible even about the day, perhaps. And of course, if you can't make it, it will be okay as well.
And I don't know why I had to do this now, but I
don't know why either. We got to get going. We got a birthday reading. It'll be just a moment. Technical difficulty.
I've shuffled.
I know you did, and I'm about to cut. I've been shuffling.
I'll be there.
Putting my energy in this birthday reading.
Are you saying I'm not?
No. I didn't say anything. I'm cutting the cards. All right. Okay.
There they are for you.
Till he jumps up there on your side, which I'm sure he will. Okay. Let's see what we have. Okay, your first card, Angel Mary, is the gift you received last year that you can use to make the most out of this year, Angel Mary. Holy cow. Well, some cards may not look like gifts on the surface, like the Three of Swords upright. But I would say that, sometimes the gifts of leaving something behind, although they may cause some sorrow at first, saying some goodbyes to something in your life, it doesn't even have to be a person. Maybe it's a lifestyle, a way of life, where you live, whatever the case may be. That is a gift that will benefit you in the year going forward. Do you need me to repeat the question? The gift you received last year that you can use to make the most out of this year.
Well, it's mostly, I guess, understanding the idea of what pain of separation or heartbreak may have meant to you at that time. It's not really saying that it happened exactly at that time, but maybe the idea that you finally, processed all of that and you've moved on from that. Because in a way, the person does seem to have their back towards
right.
somebody or something they're leaving.
The gift of the present moment. Well, the present moment should be all about connecting with others in constructive dialogue and, ideas. This almost sounds like joining organizations or some type of, going to more get-togethers and collaborating with people in some way. It can be on projects. The Five of Wands is very, driven that way. So it could be like if you're interested in a job or a career or finding out more, something like that. It's networking with like-minded people.
Well, this is one of those cards that's kind of interesting that I see the other things here, because there's an artist on stage, but then there's a person who's capturing the moment there. And so there's an artist behind the scenes. It's just the idea maybe that creative input isn't limited to what might be viewed as the star, and the idea that we do collaborate and we all support some sort of aesthetic.
But also with the bringing together people and different ideas can be a clash of ideas, but that's all good as long as it's constructive and new solutions can come out of it. But I really think it's about connecting with people who can give you different ideas maybe on where to head in life with career-wise. All right. Card 3. Oh, no. I didn't want this to happen. Okay. Card 3, the gift from your connections with others in this next year. So, well, I think it's, it'll build you up in some ways. It might make you feel better a little bit more confident. Maybe, it will stroke your ego a little bit in some ways.
It almost feels like maybe some people that you're connected to will encourage you, or by circumstance need you to sort of stand on your own and not to rely on them as much. And I note that he's not really hanging. He's suspended, but he's not hanging in a way. And so this is, of course, is reversed, but I think the idea is still there, is that some of this is for you to do. And maybe what this is saying, because of the position, is people around you will support your right to be different, or to basically show your own strength and not necessarily have to rely on everybody else or somebody else.
Right. I think, too, that as far as it goes, your connection with others in this year, another aspect of the Hanged Man is to be a little bit selfish. But when it's reversed, but I'm going to look at it this way, as this is supposed to be a gift card, that it is okay sometimes to be a little bit selfish, to draw some boundaries, and to make sure that, you do have time for yourself. It's fine to connect with others, but don't let them drain you of all of your time and energy.
That's really good. I like that.
And so the gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move towards your dreams and goals. Well, okay, the sun is reversed here. So maybe it is using your disappointments or, setbacks and delays that may occur to your advantage. So I think that, if you feel like something's been going nowhere in your life, whether it's in the romantic side of life or whether it's in the career side of life, is basically time to use some of the delays and disappointments to your advantage.
Maybe not finding out everything, at least at this time, is to your advantage. That sometimes the sun brings information or knowledge, and maybe this is saying that this may not be something you need to know at this time. Maybe you would be burdening yourself by knowing certain information, so you should accept what you do know as the gift that can help you.
I like that. So the gift your spirit guides or ancestors, what do they want you to know or keep in mind in the year ahead? Wow. So what do they want you to keep in mind is don't forget the past. Don't forget your roots. Keep your ancestors close at heart. I almost feel like, wow, because that's the card of reminiscing and memory, that this is about keeping, your past, family, and things close in your heart in the year ahead. It will enrich you more. It will make you feel like you're a part of something bigger.
It could very well be that maybe you don't always feel a resonance between ancestors or even necessarily a generation or two above you. And I think this card is saying that they're thinking of you, though, and they want you to understand what all the gifts they've given you through inheritance, genetics, or legacy, and just to remember that.
And I don't know, this might be a call here. This is really interesting that maybe your ancestors are responding to this this right here that will help you work and achieve your goals. They're trying to say, if you want to turn around the setbacks and delays that you are experiencing, think about the good times in your past. Your ancestors might be saying, think about those times when things were good and how did you get there? So maybe you can recreate that.
That's
I don't know,
very
just a
interesting,
thought.
sure.
And then the gift this year ultimately will give to you what lessons or progress will you have made by year's end?
Change. Big change.
Big change. So you've got the Death card. This year will be very transformative for you in some ways, Angel Mary. It's really clear the Death card does not come up for nothing. It comes up because major changes are going to be afoot for you in this year. And really, the Death card is all about positive growth and transformation.
It really is. Basically, it could be saying really that the change involves really moving away from a lot of things now, moving into a very different territory.
That's what we have for you for the year ahead. Hey, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Angel Mary.
All right.
And I understand Jackie is up.
Jackie is up. A general reading. That's right. Thank you. Gosh, I didn't write that one down. Good one, Violet. Thank you. All right. Going to use this one. Going to use the Lover's Tarot. Mr. O is grabbing munchies.
No, I'm not. I am. You're welcome, Angel.
All right, Mr. O, I'm shuffling for the general reading. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. Okay.
What?
Just that picture of Sonny back there.
Where?
I'm just looking at him behind you, the
Oh.
way he's sprawled out in the cat tree.
Do you think he'll stay there and bother us very
don't
little?
know. We'll have to show a picture of that. This is so silly. He is out for the count.
See his tail hanging from his little tree?
General for Jackie. She's got the Eight,
Eight of
of
Cups.
Cups reversed. The Hierophant upright. And the Six of Pentacles reversed.
Well, it may be that you're not done with something that you thought you were. It could be about an exchange of money or goods or services or generosity of some sort between you and somebody else. It may even involve something to do with a lesson for somebody. And I only say that because of the Hierophant there. And I just think in this context, it could mean like maybe this is about somebody measuring up to something, somebody realizing something, somebody feeling like they should toe a certain line. I don't think this is you. I think this could be something else going on. It seems so specific. So for a general reading, I don't know why I'm telling you this. But like I said, I'll just get it again. Something is keeping you looking at something or thinking you're not finished with this business. And it's the business maybe of coming to terms money-wise, material-wise, or something with something else.
Well, Jackie, I look at the Eight of Cups here, and I do agree with Mr. O. There might be some unfinished business from the past or some reason that you need to go back to the past. But I'm wondering if it has to do with the Hierophant, because that was the next card that came up. And I think that it might indicate that you might be talking to somebody from the past, a wise counselor or some doctor or legal advice maybe. Could be a religious leader even, something in those regards. And this, there's something about some, I don't know, like a lack of a flow of something, some information or good, like he said, goods, money, resources. I could almost see it as being information too in this case. Maybe you're trying to obtain something more, whether it's information, money, support of some sort. That's kind of what I think is going on here. And it has
Because of that one?
Yeah, it has ties to your past. So that's sort of what I'm seeing. And I know this is a general reading, But I'm sort of thinking it's applying to a particular area of your life. Like if you have some health concerns right now or some legal matters, something where, maybe you're speaking to somebody who you found helpful in your past.
Hi, Anthony.
Hey, Anthony. Wow. Long time no see. Good to see you. All right. So, Lenormand. Let's see what the Lenormand will say. I think I'm done. Do you have anything else?
This one bothers me a little bit. These two seem clearer,
Yes.
and I feel that this one influences that, but I can't quite get to that.
Well, that's why I think it's about, exchanging info that maybe, it's because you're lacking something, that you need. You're trying to see if this person from your past might assist you in some way.
And therefore, you're reluctant to move away from this particular situation, whatever it is, or you feel that there's
Well,
still
that's why they're
something-
moving back. I don't know if they're so much reluctant to move as they, in this case, seem to be moving back because they're not getting what they need out of the people they're consulting with now. I don't know. I'm just thinking that. I look at that. All right, let's see, though, what the Lenormand will have to say. Well, maybe it is about money, eh?
Originally, I thought it was.
So that's the first
The
card
fish.
I drew, the fish.
You can, Libra,
Sure,
go
Libra.
ahead.
And then the second card I drew was the Tower. And so basically, it is maybe dealing with a financial institution or some institution about money issues, money or material matters of some sort.
I think you've mentioned a few things that are going on that are calling for maybe improvements or work around your home. And I'm wondering if maybe this is like somehow reached an impasse or it's related to that. Like just something is sort of stopping it in a way. But in general, I would agree with what Banshee's saying here. And I would also say too that this thing is sort of creating an isolating effect perhaps, and or feels like you're fighting somebody else who has a little bit more power in this balance equation that may be there.
Yeah, this was a little bit of a vague one, Jackie, but it seemed, well, I don't know about vague, but it seems like it is attached to a specific situation. So if it doesn't resonate, maybe you will realize that soon. I don't think it's anything you're hung up with your past, that you're locked there. I think you're just going to seek out advice from somebody you've worked with in some capacity in the past. And the Hierophant is usually about a wise teacher, a counselor, an advisor. It could be a doctor, it could be a lawyer, or it could be, a financial advisor on maybe, because, with the combination maybe of the Six of Pentacles here and this money vibe. But it's the best we can do. That's what the cards are pointing to today. Good luck with that, Jackie.
All right.
Marcia, you are up, I believe.
Yes, according to our moderator. There they are.
Okay. I think it's your deck, Mr. O. I think. Back at you.
Okay, I'm going to use the Final Rose Tarot.
I'm playing with Sonny's toys because he's not around to play with them.
So you're wondering if this is leading up to him trying to start being interested in you again, or showing that he's interested in you again.
All right.
What are his intentions?
All right.
You're welcome, Jackie. I hope that makes sense. It was a little bit crazy for a general reading.
Yeah, I know. It was very ungeneral.
Yeah.
To me, anyway. That's the way I kind of read it. Okay. Oh.
Why did you do that?
Oh, I was just going to put him under.
I'm going to put you under.
Oh, no. All right. Nice thought. Oh, no. Look what the first card is in this reading. Deja vu.
Oh, dear. Three of Roses.
Again, that next destination. Does he have plans for you? Well, we have the Page of Pentacles upright, which is what on the bottom there?
The Optimist.
Yeah. And we have Justice reversed.
Holy cow.
The hot seat in this deck.
Well, that Three of Roses, the first card there is the Three of Wands. It's upright. And it's very similar to what I told, I think that was a Sal, only I told that as advisory towards them.
Right, this is different.
This is different. This goes more to the idea about what his intentions might be. And so this is saying that they could, in fact, be planning something, that it looks like they are playing a long game, whether that's a long game that's around you or just around their other intentions. You know, it could be a few things that they're playing a long game with. But of course, you're a Pisces, I'm a Scorpio, he's a Scorpio. We sense these things. So yeah, it does sort of feel that way. And then of course you have this, the Page of Rings, which is the Page of Pentacles. And normally that would be considered, you know, a person of inspiration or who is inspired by things. And of course, under here it says the Optimist. So maybe this is saying they're optimistic about what they're doing, which could, of course, be, you know, something that they're planning to come across more to you. You know, you're moving up in terms of what their intentions could be. But then there's Justice reversed. And so, of course, Justice reversed could be saying they're really, well, it says the hot seat. Maybe they're playing with fire. Maybe they don't realize that this is just going to crash and burn around them. Or maybe ultimately this just won't work out for a variety of reasons. I'm going to let you jump in, I think.
Oh, have you given up? Well, you know, as the love ball spins here, let's take a look at this, Marcia. You know, he's very right about this long game. He is playing a long game here. This is what it looks like. He has plans, but they're a little bit longer range, perhaps. He's thinking ahead, but he also thinks that he is maybe right now what he is doing, because this Page of Pentacles or coins is indicating that he is starting something now. He thinks that what he's doing now is laying the groundwork for these plans. That's kind of how I look at this. And Justice reversed just indicates to me again, you know, his intentions are a little bit suspect, let's face it. Justice is reversed here. And that's all I can say.
Right, at the very least, it could just be saying that ultimately he's mostly self-concerned and he doesn't really care as much about anybody else at this point. I mean, we know from what you said that he sort of has a shell of a marriage. It's just a marriage to give him an identity as a married person. There may be nothing going on there, or that's what you've suspected. So this is just saying, really, he's not the kind of person that looks at his long-range plans as being equitable in terms of how they may affect other people.
Right. Fear may be another planet for him, as we like to say sometimes.
Bam! Fear is another planet.
His favorite saying. But the thing is that he just may, he's not playing fair necessarily with what he's putting in place here. So,
outwardly, it is possible that judgment reversed could refer to the fact that he did break up with the coworker.
I don't know. Let's see what the Lenormand brings out on this. I'm not sure I see that here necessarily.
Okay, so I'm going to do the Lenormand for that.
Yeah, let's just see what comes out there. It's possible they're still together, but maybe they're having issues, and that's why he's plotting for the future. Well, I think you're going to find out something. Or maybe if this is about him, what his intentions are, he is putting a close to something. When I see those two together, the grief and the book, I'm almost feeling like the book is shutting here. It's not.
This could be the idea that maybe he is ending that relationship, or he is ending something important to him in terms of a love story relationship. So it does sort of look that way in a way, and you probably knew that or sensed that yourself, I think.
You might be onto something there. I'm not sure it's completely over yet, but I think it might be in the process of winding down.
Because he's a long-range planner, even if it doesn't seem like that, he may be always trying to stay a couple of steps ahead of what other people's expectations are.
Yeah. So I'm going to say it's a definite leaning, without doing a yes-no, it's leaning towards yes.
Yeah, I think so.
So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that. My goodness, that sounded interesting, this reading. I like that deck for love readings.
Yeah, I think it really does kind of catch it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Gina.
Hi, Gina.
Oh, I'm sure he is. It's really interesting that card came up again. And when I saw it, that was exactly my thought, what Mr. O had said in the last reading about long-term planning.
I think you can.
Playing the long game. Hey, you are welcome.
You see Gina's questionnaire, right?
Not yet. Oh, there it is.
Oracle
card. All right, look at the bottom of the deck. I do have something today. I have the Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Baron Reed. I recently got it replaced because when I bought the deck, I can't remember how many cards there were. There were duplicate cards. And I think it was about 7 cards were duplicated, and I was missing 7 cards. So I had to talk to the publisher, but Hay House is incredibly responsive, and they sent a deck out to me right away. I'm going to let you shuffle too, Mr. O.
You're welcome, Marcia.
Hey, you're welcome, Marcia. Okay. I like this deck. It's very nice. This one has a little saying on the inside of the box, and it says, co-create your most beautiful and meaningful manifestations. I like that. They are only read upright, but I'm going to just pick them up anyway.
All right, Gina. Here we go.
Well, let's look at this top one first. Well, Gina, are you opening that third eye there? Seeing beyond. I love that image. That can mean so many things. Key concepts are the vision, the capability to imagine something, to look beyond the material, beyond the obvious? Do you consider things only within the framework of what you already know? Or can you allow yourself to see beyond, into the vastness of potential? We're all gifted with the magical ability of imagination, and when we open to it, we become a conduit for divine vision greater than our own. There are two ways to view the world and co-create with it. One is from a face value perspective. What you see is what you get. The second is allowing your imagination to see beyond what something is right now and move into a place that doesn't yet exist in the material world. In this cosmic playground of possibilities, you see into a future where anything you imagine has the potential to become real. If you use your imagination faithfully and conscientiously, avoiding the traps of fearful projections and drama, you can connect to any reality you truly want to experience. When you open even further, you're often gifted with a divine vision. As a practice, you can reimagine the vision over and over to strengthen it. As you channel these visions through you, you become a superconductor for the world today. Today, know that your vision, which you imagine forming in the invisible, will be delivered into the material world. Don't worry about the timing of things. That's in the hands of the universe. Your job is to continue to imagine, take a few steps forward, then imagine some more. The universe's job is to make it real. What a fabulous partnership.
Oh, Banshee.
Okay, it's my number.
36.
Yes, I know.
But
That's
I like
my
this
number.
card too, Gina, because although the idea is there's a third eye, when we look at one of her regular eyes, there's a star over it.
Yes.
And so to me, it's already saying that even from that normal binary qualities of being human, whatever those are supposed to be, dark and light, there's already a sense of wonder and awe there.
Well, you know what, Cheetah? We are entering Pisces season, and I'm just feeling it too. I just feel like there's a lot of openness right now here. So use it, use that to co-create. Imagine potentials for your future. This is the time, and what more cosmic card could we get with that one than this?
4-4.
I see a lot of 444 and 44. I do. The Divine Matrix, though, that's what that card is. And the key concepts there are the realm of spirit, the knowledge that we are all divine beings, part of a tapestry, weaving our dreams into the fabric of reality. It sounds just like it goes hand in hand with that card in a lot of ways. Do you ever wonder how synchronicities have come together? Those meaningful coincidences that move life forward in ways we might not understand at this time. We can get trapped in the idea that the world is a place of separate parts with space between, because the true quantum spiritual nature of reality can be confusing. Imagine that everything is possible under the sun, under the sun is waiting to be claimed. So once again, it's talking about using your imagination to claim and manifest something. Everything is intrinsically connected within a vast living web of life, a divine matrix. Even that which you have not yet observed as part of your life experience is still connected to you. It remains dormant until you choose it. Life operates on its own terms as well. You don't live in a vacuum, so you are surrounded by a multitude of realities that were brought to life by others. These can surely affect you if you allow them to, but as your thread, your luminous life force, your courageous dream is part of the tapestry of life. You're being invited to be conscious of the pattern you are weaving. Isn't it amazing to know you have such power inherent in you just by being alive? You will see evidence of the truth of this divine matrix today. It is in you. What you do matters. All manner of miracles are waiting for you to claim them. Ready?
So sweet to see you. Thank you. And look, remember I told
Hey,
you?
Austin.
Remember yesterday I told you I had a hat like the one you were wearing in the store? See, this is... I must have known you were coming. I wanted to wear it for you.
Ah.
And, this is so funny. The last 3 shows, 3 people we know in real life have all shown up here It's so cool. Thank you, Austin.
I'm not done with Gina, but thank you so much, Austin. Good to see you here. As a matter of fact, I got this cute little thing at the bakery.
Where Austin works.
Where Austin works. It's this little frog token. It's a lucky frog token, so it's very, very cool. You are so ready to claim them, Gina. And you know what? This divine matrix within you, I mean, I think it is talking about really, really tapping that well within and now imagining the potentials before you and really bringing them into reality, manifesting them into the present. That's just such a beautiful combination of cards there. So if you have been feeling like overdrive there with your intuition, I know you're probably right, because this is that time of year for that too. Use this Pisces season energy to really pull things out from within.
Love you too, Austin.
All right. Oh my goodness, Gina. What's this? What's this?
What does she have? You get the Clover. And you get Mars.
Is there somebody you want to manifest?
Somebody?
God,
Is that
perhaps?
what you said?
Well, you know, I think anything's possible here, but I do think there could be a synchronistic moment occurring, you know, in the romance department. And if there's something you are really working on manifesting there, make it so, as Captain Picard might say.
Who knows? Engage. That's what he says too.
That's what we have for you, Gina. Holy moly. Speaking of Super Tarot Love Month here.
I was going to try to put the frog on top of the crystal, but he won't stay there.
That's okay. I'll take Froggy back. Froggy's sitting here. Oh, come on now.
It's too late.
Froggy's sitting here with me, hopefully bringing me some luck. There we go. All right.
Okay. Oh, that's
Arms.
interesting.
Oh, that's interesting, yeah.
That's very interesting.
Maybe.
Leave it to you to notice that. And I noticed that the Lenormand cards were 2 and 28, which is 30, which is 3, which is a part of 9. Well.
Oh, okay. I knew you'd get some connection there.
What did... Okay.
You're so sorry. All right. Well, that's what we have for Gina. We got to move on here. We got a show to go. We got Libra Cusp now, who wanted what's coming towards them. Yep.
Okay, so is that mine?
I believe that is, because I just used my oracle. So go ahead.
All right, so I'm going to use the English Magic Tarot for that.
I don't know why I never got the Oracle of the Seven Energies earlier. I collect Colette Baron Reed decks. They're absolutely stunning decks. Now I have it.
By the way, Austin, thank you for subscribing too, of course. We saw
I
that.
hope to see you more.
Appreciate that. Here you go.
All right, thank you. Some very cool
You're welcome,
cards.
Gina.
This is probably going to be a top oracle of mine, but gee, I say that almost about...
Everyone.
No, not every oracle. I won't say that, but a lot of the Colette Baron Reed oracle decks. Her and Chris Ann, those two I could really dive deep in. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay, so what's coming towards Libra Cusp? All right, let's see what we've got. Go ahead, Mr. O.
Okay, so we have the 5 of Coins reversed. That's the 5 of Pentacles.
Yes.
We also have Strength reversed. And then we have Justice upright. And I love that. Justice underneath the rainbow.
Well, Libra, I know that off and on lately you've had some challenging cards, and some of those cards seem to relate to other people or community or your tribe, people around you. And I see that a little bit here with the Five of Coins. I feel that, maybe now things are starting to, well, I want to say heal a little bit, but the Strength card is reversed there, Mr. O.
Well,
So
I almost wonder
at?
if in this context the Five of Coins reversed looks like maybe you reaching out again after not necessarily feeling you could or you wanted to. Are you reaching out because you feel you really need somebody else's strength, or are you looking for justice? And it's interesting, of course, because strength and justice are often on a similar continuum, and in this case they're actually reversed towards each other too. So it may be that what's coming towards you is the sense that you have to resolve and maybe need help or support resolving an issue of strength versus justice. So maybe somebody trying to exert their will and somebody else being resistant but not necessarily being strong enough. Where do you fit into that? Are you the person who needs the justice? Are you the person who's looking for support?
I just got, as he was talking there, some ideas and concepts of what he was saying really resonated with me, but I think a little bit differently. I'm looking at here, Libra, you have to look out for you, and get fairness for yourself. So if you, and sometimes we have to be a little bit stronger about it. When strength is upright, it talks about, quiet power, using subtle methods to push things along. I have a feeling here you have to do a little bit more overt standing up for yourself in order to bring healing. Because even if you don't get what you want out of a particular situation, what you will get is a sense of, hey, I've stood up for myself. I've said my piece. I'm done, and so I feel that if nothing else, there's that, and there is healing in that. There is healing in not letting people trample all over you or making you feel like you're left out or making you feel like, you're being used in some way.
I never feel that you're a pushover to anyone.
No.
But I also feel too that sometimes maybe within the situation you have kind of held yourself back, maybe because you were wanting to see it go on its own, or maybe you felt you didn't want to overstate a cause. But you seem to be moving towards that point of saying, no, it is time for all these reasons that we've named. So, and I'm not making any particular value judgment on people who may feel, that they have a softer response, i.e. they're a pushover. Okay, news may be coming. Because we have the letter, and then we also have the tree. And of course, paper is made from trees, but that's beside the point.
So I don't know if this is an issue that's not necessarily interpersonal. Maybe you're dealing with an issue related to your health right now, and you're dealing with, hospitals or medical institutions, whether it's about billing or some other matters. There is some news coming. It could be connected to a health matter, but also this could be something where, finally, once you realize something connected with the situation, you find out some news, it will help you grow. You will grow stronger. You will grow wiser from going through this process.
I believe that going through that process may actually bring the support you need to in some way, that maybe, by moving along those lines, somebody notices, somebody says they want to support you. Even if they're not supporting you in a physical, overt way, that they kind of have your back now too.
And in a way, the tree is really an interesting card here too, because regardless of what is going on, what things that you hear that brings all of this about, the tree is standing, and the tree is standing tall, which to me kind of falls right in line with what strength and justice are talking about. Stand tall despite whatever might be thrown at you. And stand up for yourself. That's what we have for you, Libra Cusp. Good luck with that.
Alrighty.
Sonali, I believe, is up.
All right.
Yes, I think I am right. Okay.
Thank you, Austin.
Oh, thank you, Austin. Are you nibbling?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take a heart.
Your deck.
I have no idea what that says.
Your deck. Your deck.
My deck, I'm looking at the question. No, I don't see it yet.
She wrote it for us.
Oh,
Asked for a divine message on self-growth.
okay. All right, we'll do on self-growth.
I don't know what that one means either. It's all Greek to me.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was a typo? Okay.
It's the poison one.
The poison heart amongst the hearts.
Sounds like a book.
Sounds like we could make a story about that. Okay. Okay, Sonali.
So this morning, Banshee's Material Matters, her weekly Tarot Keys to Success was on at 10 a.m. You can catch that and get some advice related to your financial prospects. I didn't get to shuffle those.
Oh, well, shuffle. And then you can cut.
I know.
Sorry, Mr. O. So my little frog came with a charm rhyme. It says, this cute little frog brings happiness and cheer and lots of good luck to last throughout the year. Whenever you need a little luck, just make a wish or two. Keep this little frog close by and good luck will come to you. I think the frog will come with me to the lottery stores when I go.
Something's got to help.
Yes.
All right. Here we go.
All right, Mr. O, thank you for keeping me on track. All right, let's see
Did
what
I?
we have here. You did.
All right.
All right, we have the Six of Cups reversed for Sonali. Oh my, we have the Tower reversed.
Tower reversed.
And we have the King of Swords upright.
King of Swords upright.
So,
This is divine message, right?
yeah. Boy, there's something karmic here, isn't there? Because
There's
that
some karmic.
Tower reversed.
These two are heavy
Yes,
karmic. Yeah.
they're calling out to me. So, because the Six of Cups reversed is like, dwelling on unpleasant or just clinging to past memories that no longer serve you. It's whether they're positive memories or negative ones. We can't live in the past forever, Sonali, and especially if they're negative, because those things might be imprinting on you. The Tower reversed is saying, you need to just take the lessons of whatever it is you've been through for good or for bad and carry them forward now. Because otherwise you're just kind of going to be stuck in a loop and you won't be developing yourself.
Well, maybe this
for now.
this thing that is holding you back or that you're stuck with is the idea that you realize there were some lessons you never learned. You feel that maybe they karmically hang over you. This thing from the past, and so you're letting that kind of be that reality because you feel that way, but your reality is the divine message says you can make a good decision for yourself. You can judge against the past and maybe use the edge of that sword to separate the past from your future.
Well, I think that, I think the King of Swords is here to say that you are you have the ability to discern, the lessons that you do need to take in. You know that you can move in a more positive, or you can carry this into a more positive direction. You just need to focus more on what it is you need to let go of. Maybe these things really, sometimes we don't realize how much things have imprinted on us, and we don't realize that they may be what is blocking our progress, our self-development. So maybe it's time to dig deep and really discern, what lessons in the past keep repeating themselves. What cycles do I keep going through? What do I need to let go in order to now move forward and develop myself?
That's an awesome point. It could just be saying, too, that the Divine says that you are cycling through lessons of the past, and you should just sort of resolve them and move on.
Right.
I love Austin's comments. It seems like you know how to read the cards yourself. We always like the extra input.
Yeah, the Tower reversed is not the way I like to see it come up. The Tower upright is definitely, to me, the more positive aspect of it. The Tower reversed just indicates, hey, those who don't, what is the word? Those who don't
learn the lessons of
history.
Learn
the lessons of the past are doomed to repeat it.
Them.
All right.
Well,
I know.
Feeling like I'm getting a clue.
This is going to be a challenging one, though. What do you think?
My clue is I'm wondering if this is something from your home life, your background home life, and that maybe there was something that was a betrayal of sorts, or maybe there was a deception that you felt you were involved in. Maybe it was a deception about the living itself. Or
might be something that affected your security or your sense of security, feeling secure and safe and protected.
Still, overall, the feeling would be that your home life is important to you, and within that, you do find stability and security that hopefully can help you overmount these problems, which I find to be more in the past.
Yeah, I would agree with you. It could have to do with family life and either a feeling of betrayal or some type of... So whether it's your childhood life or if you were in a partnership or relationship, of some sort too, that fell apart, it broke your sense of security and feelings about yourself. Something has shaken you, and maybe that's why you're locked into something here, and you need to... absorb that and move past it.
Once you can do that, Sonali, I think something great can happen, because I'm looking here and I'm looking at the 7 and the 4. That's 11, which is a master number. I like to play the numerology, and I think this is saying that really you can seize your destiny. You just have to, continue to work through this. So that's what we have for you.
What we have for you, Sonali. Good luck with that. And we've got Violet Ann up.
All right, and we'll give Violet Ann a moment. And let's see, what other... On Friday mornings, my own emotional exchanges, a one-card pull for each sign of the zodiac, give you a little information about maybe a particular love relationship or just friendly, strong relationships in your life. And I also use the Final Rose Tarot for that, because I just find it to be very nice. Wednesdays, I do Goth Tarot. Look at the shadow side of life. Understand philosophies of darkness as it relates to how you can get ahead, how you can resolve sorrows or pain and move ahead in your life.
Doesn't he look mysterious there?
And then, of course, on Saturdays, we have the happy hour, where we do a one-card pull for each person based on happiness. What is the positive message from the divine to help you get through your day?
The positive message from, or a look at the week ahead for Violet Ann.
Okay.
All right. Your deck, Mr. O.
Is it my deck?
I believe so.
One for the week ahead.
Wait a minute, was it?
I don't remember. It was your deck we used.
It was
last.
my deck,
yes.
yeah.
We used the Shadowscape.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, a reading for Violet Ann for the week ahead. I'm going to use the Karma Music Tarot.
So, I was going to say something as you were prattling on there about stuff, Mr. O. There was something else. Oh, do not forget to check out our website, TFTtarotfortoday.com. We have our readings listed there that are for sale. We have all our services. We're also going to try to write more on the blog, honest. Trying to get to that point again. I know I have to get another article out there.
And of course, we will be back next Thursday at 7 p.m. We'll also be back next Friday with our Past Lives, Past Loves pop-up tarot reading.
That'll be fun. That's just pure fun.
And we just got to confirm our time with Violet so she can make plans.
Yep.
We want her
Well, I
to join
saw
us
what
for
you
that.
said there. We can chat about that. I'm not unagreeable to that. All right.
We're a busy little couple.
Retirement? What's that? Just time to explore all the things that I've always wanted to.
Oh, it's okay if you left that there, Celia. That's fine. You're actually the next one after this one.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Celia. All right. Go ahead.
Okay, Violet Ann.
Week ahead.
The week ahead.
Hey.
Three of Cups. Judgment reversed.
I had something funny pop into my head, but go
And
ahead.
Justice reversed.
Oh my.
Well,
Well, that's nothing to celebrate, is it? You know? Because I first was going to say when I saw Judgment reversed and the Three of Cups, the party card, you know, in a way in the tarot, I thought of, hey, this should be the no judgment zone here. Have a good time. No holds barred. But we have some issues here. So, what do you see?
well, it is kind of interesting. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, Judgment, I'm trying to figure out where they can combine here.
Well, I think that Judgment and Justice together might be a wake-up call of some sort in relation to how people are treating you in the week ahead, I feel. You know, because beyond this being a card of maybe celebration and party, it is about gatherings of people or groups of people. So in my mind, it could be a team you're working with at work. It could be, you know, other people that, you know, you are working for or with in some way.
Well, I wonder if something comes to the fore somewhere, whether it's in, you know, social groups or other areas of your life, where you sort of get that sense of just not being appreciated due to some circumstance. There's a sense maybe of somebody not being appreciating you or questioning your logic or judgment on something, and maybe this is just sort of combining to make your week feel like it's a mix. It's a mix of some people who feel open to you, and then some people who are mysterious to you in certain ways. Maybe they feel like they have things to tell you, but they don't feel confident enough themselves to tell you things. So in other words, it's an awkward week of sorts. There's some things that are kind of happening for you, and then there are some things where people feel they have doubt about you or how you fit into their life or the immediate circumstances.
Well, the other thing I'm thinking here too, I just want to say, are you being a little, you know, this could be you being a little hard on yourself, you know, being your own worst critic here, you know, and maybe it's impacting your, you know, your connections with others in some way. You know, maybe you're just uncomfortable in groups now because you feel, you know, that you're not worthy in some way. Is that possible too? I'm going to throw that idea out there because that is kind of an odd combination of cards there, Mr. O. Let's see what the Lenormand will add to that. All right. Well, it's just a thought that popped into my head because that could be it too. You know, you're waking. Maybe you need to wake up to that fact that you're being a little too hard on yourself, and you know, maybe the Three of Cups is also here to tell you, hey, lighten up a little.
Even though it didn't seem to fit, now it seems to fit a little bit more because we have the garden, which of course is again talking about the social environment around you, the social activities you're in, and then we have the Scythe, which is sort of like cutting away at that or from it.
Well, I think there's a number of ways we could look at that too. Sometimes the psych being cutting could also talk about people using cutting words, or, maybe you need to cut ties with certain people who aren't treating you fairly or right. Or maybe this is just, you again. I don't know. I definitely see how that fits with that card. This clearly could fit with justice or judgment. It just does seem to kind of read.
So these situations that I talked about before, feeling undervalued or underestimated, or people having doubt about where you fit in and stuff like that, this may be saying that this is time for you to just also reevaluate those friendships too. They may be superfluous to you in certain ways, or they may just be things that, you can say, well, this moves to an outer court around me, this moves more to the acquaintance level, the friend zone, whatever.
Right. Well, even, in the work environment, if you're having difficulties with people you work with, if you have coworkers, office politics, whatever the case may be, sometimes we can't just leave and cut ties with our jobs.
True.
But, you really got to sometimes brush off some of that. It's like, don't let it affect your psyche to the point that you start believing it. That you start taking it to the heart, to the point of you becoming too hard on yourself.
A lot of this may just be about figuring out how to compartmentalize some of these factions that are going on.
Yeah. Wow.
All right.
Interesting reading, Violet Ann. I want to say I hope it resonated, but in a way, I'm not that happy about it. So,
yeah.
Good luck with that. Good luck. Good luck.
Is Mars going retrograde? I don't know. No, it isn't.
It was so
I was being
quiet
facetious.
this week,
yeah.
astrologically.
Yeah,
so
astrologically it was.
All right, we are on Seeley.
Seeley. Hi there.
I'm attracted to letters who either don't. Okay, the red flags. Well, I think that sounds like your deck. Why don't you go ahead and use your deck?
All right. So we're going to use the final rose. Yeah. It actually has a card called the red flags.
It does. I think that's the Three of Swords, isn't it?
What's that?
I think it's the Three of Swords, isn't it?
I think it was, yeah.
Hey, you're welcome, Violet Ann. Sorry it wasn't better news.
Well, it does look like an interesting week, though. I expect you're going to find out something about people that maybe you didn't realize before. Okay, Seeley, so why is this happening? Let's see. Here you go.
Right.
Alrighty.
So I just saw this cool tarot deck somebody had. I think it was a Kickstarter deck initially, but it's being sold, but it costs a bit. It's called the Midnight City Tarot, and it's basically based on life in New York City. And I thought that was such a cool concept.
Right, I think it said The Fool's Journey Through New York City.
The Fool's Journey Through New York City.
How
in
cool is
78
that?
cards. I kind of think it's a really great idea because I always thought, should do a Motor City Tarot, So
that sounds pretty collaborative. There would be so many people who would have a lot of input into the things about Detroit,
I mean, we got the cars, which kind of, lends itself to different things if you think about it, but the wheels could be coins. Already thinking.
Don't give your ideas away.
I don't want to give all my ideas away.
Okay, Seeley, why are you attracted to people who don't like you or are toxic for you? And our first card is the reversed Four of Wands, the Mansion. And of course, here at TFT, we consider the Four of Wands our party card. Even when it is reversed, it still sort of buoys us a little bit. Then we have the Two of Cups upright. Cheers. And then we have the reversed Eight of Roses.
That's the Eight of Wands.
Eight of Wands, Eight of Roses, right. Leap of Faith reversed.
This is so strange, but this happens to us sometimes, Sile, because literally I almost think it's talking about your question in general. I mean, because if I just looked at it on the surface, I would say, oh, you are you are definitely attracting relationships, but they seem like a waste of your time and energy, and they're not exactly what you are looking for. I mean,
Why?
Why? I know
That's
maybe some of these aren't as bad, maybe, because this isn't a bad card either way. Yeah, and it's not really getting to the why. But maybe what it's saying is that well, I don't know. I'm going to let you go. Go ahead.
Well,
I'm thinking about it.
With the first two cards, I just sort of had the idea that maybe you present in some ways as too eager in the beginning rather than playing maybe a little bit more holding back. And I don't understand dating. The last time I was dating was...
many moons ago.
Yeah, more than 40, I think. So I don't get dating at all. But I think this is saying that maybe you present as being too eager or too willing to be attractive. And then at the same time, if something starts to go, then maybe there are frictions. I think of this as a card of friction, that maybe you're realizing that maybe you were overly positive or overly inviting and you didn't necessarily want to. I'm not trying to suggest anything at all by that, other than the fact that maybe at some point there are mixed signals between you and some of these people.
Can we look at the bottom card by chance?
Yeah, I think we should look at the bottom. And it's the Four of Swords.
Upright.
Upright, the reassuring rose.
Well, I think basically that's here to say that, give yourself a break. Cut yourself some slack. The dating game is very tough, and oftentimes, there's so many fish in the sea. The fact that you are getting the wrong ones should just not dissuade you, not make you give up, because sometimes that 8 of Wands indicates you're burnt out. You're just tired of attracting the same old, right?
A part of it is that you are unwilling to take that leap of faith, I think, too, because of what you're seeing. That once you start to perceive where they're coming from, why they're attracted to you, you start to realize that is a leap of faith you're not willing to take. So the real question, of course, remains, why is this possibly happening?
Let's do the Lenormand.
You're going to make me do it again?
Yeah, because we used your deck. That's okay.
Bye, Jackie.
Take care, Jackie.
We will see you again.
Jackie's from England, right?
Yes.
Yeah, my goodness. I just heard about the Queen today getting COVID. That was really well, I'm not surprised because Charles and Camilla had it, so I'm not surprised.
So we have the Sun.
Okay.
And then we have Venus.
Oh my gosh. Which means a partner, basically. But you know what this is saying here is you need to remain optimistic. You need to remain in the game because there is success for you eventually, Sile. I know, it just seems like it goes on and on, doesn't it? But you having the Sun here is merely saying, as bad as it seems sometimes, the right person is out there for you. You should be able to find them.
I feel that way too, but I also feel that because we pulled the additional card from the bottom of the deck, that's the key maybe for these two. Okay. Because it says Four Swords and it says reassuring.
Yeah.
But I think it also means reluctant. And I think what this is saying too is that maybe you should play a little harder to get when it looks like somebody is initially interested, don't be too willing to wake up and move towards them. You know, the Four of Swords kind of thing, laying in state. Be a little bit more on the reluctant side. Don't wear your heart on your sleeve. That's what I thought that one might have meant.
Okay.
It may just be that you have to play a little bit harder to see if their true intentions will come out sooner or later, and you'll know if you should be wasting your time or not.
That's the best we can do on this one. It's just so weird because I swear those cards when they came out, I thought, well, that's really the question she asked.
Yeah.
So it just seemed that way to me, and I was just like,
So
I'm going to
good
let
luck,
Mr. O take the lead on this one.
And hopefully, this is not going to be that way. I think the Lenormand sort of indicates something will happen.
Well, there you go. And you know what? That's sort of the Four of Swords, too, there, Sile. That last card that we picked. It sort of says, I'm tired. I need a break from all of this. And sometimes when you pull yourself out of the, what should we call it, the romance market for a while, the energies shift and change. So maybe you do need to take a step back for a while to give yourself that emotional healing space. So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that. Mr. Maurice is up, I think. Yes.
And they wanted a general reading.
About their
job.
Thank
you once again for your donation earlier today, and we are ready.
That'll be my deck.
Yes.
I will choose. I don't think we've used this one yet. Not in a while. Hey, you are welcome. Good to see you, Sile.
You're welcome, Sile. Good to see you. And late breaking news, we have indicated that we would like to read cards at the upcoming Detroit Hoodoo Festival. The Detroit Hoodoo community has gotten really big in the last 4 or 5 years here, and we have just been accepted. Our application was accepted. It's basically run by similar people who did the Detroit Witches Ball last year that we went to. So we're going to be reading cards in public again. So that's really awesome.
Well, and
Hi
we,
there.
of course, have a special reading at a store out in Coloma, Michigan, called Arts and Crafts. They're going to do a spring fair, and they're going to have psychic readers. So we're going to go and do that. Unfortunately, one of our other things, festival in the summer, has been canceled, so they're not going to do it again this year, so we won't be doing that as planned. So, some good, some bad. All right, Mr. Maurice is here and ready and waiting for the reading.
Alrighty. And you live near Boston, so I hope your weather is okay over there.
Oh, goodness, it's been so cold here, but it's warming up today and for a couple days till it goes down again. Ugh. Rain, snow,
Violet.
melting. We're seeing it all here. All right, so this is about the job, and of course, what's the first thing I pull for Mr. Maurice? The Ace of Cups upright, which is very love-oriented, but we'll see what we can do with that, Mr. Maurice. We have the Sun. The Sun here is reversed. We have the Nine of Wings, which the Nine of Wings is swords, right? So the Nine of Swords is reversed. Okay. So you've had a lot of doubts or disappointments in the current job, it looks like, with the Sun reversed here, Mr. Maurice. But I feel like maybe now you might get cut a little bit of a break. You might get a little bit of emotional breathing space. That's what it looks like right now. The Ace of Cups is up. Wait, that's not Cups. That's Wands. The Ace of Wands. This one.
This is...
That's
you're right.
Wands.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Whoops. So it's not emotional.
It is business.
It is business.
Networking, growth, enterprise.
So let's just say you may have had some disappointments and doubts. I'm still sticking with that. So I felt that very, very strongly when I got that. This makes a lot more sense to me now because something new is taking shape. And I don't know if this is going to be a new opportunity for you, a change in position or job, or something that changes with the job. But something is shifting, and some of your fears or worries might be easing to some extent.
Yes, I feel that clearly too, that this opportunity presents a chance to either move away from, or more likely just to settle in your mind some difficulties in the past that may have related to your dealings with either previous enterprises you were in. But I think something new is coming there. I think that maybe there's a little bit of a delay, or maybe a little bit of some, well, it's not exactly what you want, so it may be that there's a probation period, or maybe that there's some finagling with the money or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. This to me is the most important part, because it does seem to relate to the idea that you're kind of passing the sorrows you may have had connected to that. And it may be that these are not necessarily things that bothered you, but they bothered something enough around you to where you sort of felt drawn towards that. So maybe it was a person who's closer to you. Maybe it was their situation. Maybe you had good friends who worked in these situations or were in these situations, and maybe you understood some of their pain or their sorrow in that similar situation.
Well, this is about their job, so I think it's relating to their job. It might be coworkers then, I guess.
Yeah, it could be. I mean,
your scenario. I agree. I mean, it could be. I think that, okay, that one card reversed, the sun, it says support on it too, right? And I'm looking at the words for some clues here too, because one is obsession reversed, support is there, and that's reversed, and passion is there. I feel that, you are really set on trying to get things right in this job, to make sure that things are, that you get enough support that you need, and really so you can stop obsessing over what's been wrong. I feel like maybe there is going to be something new that happens, something positive, some beginning of something that maybe heals this finally.
Well, I think that when that happens, or how that happens, actually will release or change that obsession, that feeling that, this is a concern you need to get rid of, and you're going to feel like, yes, I'm really turning the corner on it. The sun reverse may indicate that it will still be a little bit harder to get there, but it will happen.
There's somebody involved in this situation. It could be a boss or a coworker. I feel it says it's a woman here, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. But the fox is here, and the fox indicates that, in this case, I feel that this is identifying the person as somebody you work with. Or somebody that's in your company, whom you may find to be an ally here, who may be able to find a creative solution for you. Sometimes the fox, the other thing about this is, Mr. Maurice, that this could involve a conflict with this person, because sometimes the fox can be about crafty, sly people, sneaky people. But I really feel here it's more identifying how this is going to transform, and that somebody there may be able to help you with some creative solution.
You know what's interesting? When you said this was the Ace of Cups before you realized it was not, my mind was sort of going to the idea, and I don't know, if this is true or not, that maybe there was a person in this job or this situation, if it's not a job, that maybe you felt fond of in certain ways. It wasn't necessarily like a relationship, but somebody you had good emotional feels with. And then, of course, we changed that, even though passion is still indicated there. But now I sort of feel that too, like maybe this is a person that you have a certain level of fondness towards them. But maybe, you're about to realize that, of course, some of this is dubious.
I don't know. I'm not going that way. I think this is going to be somebody who will help you in some way. I'm not sure. Or like I said, I won't rule it out. I feel that maybe, like I said, it could go either way with the fox sometimes. But I'm thinking the overall reading itself is turning now more towards the positive energy flow here. So that's why I'm thinking this person might
That's
be more
true.
of an ally than an enemy.
Right. It really is about movements and things happening. The sun reverse sort of makes it seem like it's just maybe a little bit slower getting there, a little bit of delays or a little bit of things that don't make sense at first, but ultimately will.
That's what we have for you, Mr. Maurice. Thank you so much for your donation.
Thank you.
We so appreciate you. Wish you the best on your job. Hope things work out. Kara. All right. We're moving towards the last part of our list. Obviously, we're going into a little overtime today. We can guarantee everybody on the list a reading, and that will be it. Nobody else coming in at this point will get a reading, Violet. We'll cut it off where we're at.
Thank you, Mr. Maurice. Thank you very much.
What's my spring and summer like this year? Okay. That was my deck. You can go ahead. Or you want me to do?
Okay. Let's go back to the English Magic Tarot. Cards are falling around.
Well, Kara, I guess Sunny is sacked out in the cat tree, not coming back for you. I'm surprised Shadow didn't decide to come and join us, but you know where Shadow is right now? Asleep on my snuggly robe. It's soft and fluffy, and she just loves to lay on it.
Well, she's not totally asleep.
I know, but she's been laying there. Hi, Shadow. She's looking at me now. Who knows? Maybe she'll reappear. Yeah, they're pretty sacked out today, all of them. All right, Mr. Oh, let's see. Well, that was a weird cut. Sorry. That's the way I did it.
Okay, Kara. Finally, somebody with the strength card upright.
Yay!
And then we had the Page of Cups upright.
Ooh, spring and summer's looking pretty good.
Yeah!
Yes.
Four Swords.
Holy moly.
Reversed.
Wow, Kara. Okay, so I think you're going to feel very, very confident, self-assured. You are in your power in the spring and summer. And you realize that, the gentle approach can bring you a lot, can bring you maybe the beginning of some emotional happiness and well-being. I feel that also this could be a possible romance or relationship budding. This could be just something that you feel very emotionally happy. It looks like it's going to be a very positive, bright time for you. And the Four of Swords indicates, reversed, that you are back at full strength. Let's combine those two cards together, huh? You are back at full strength and you are ready to move. You're ready to get back into the swing of things, forget that cold, nasty winter we've just had, and have a great spring and summer.
The Page of Cups is kind of like the essence of you in this situation. This is you saying you're looking forth to a poetical time for yourself, a sort of sense of poetry and motion, of imagination, good feelings. And so what you are looking towards really with that is the idea of just moving towards your passion in a way. Moving, waking up to a passion you want. And I don't necessarily think this is about relationships. I think this is more about creativity because it's the cups.
It could be both.
It could be both.
I think dream big. This is saying the Page of Cups is a dreamer. Don't be afraid to dream, and then maybe go ahead and act on some of those dreams. Put some of your energy and drive into it.
So I would say that the spring and summer show you waking up to a lot of possibilities and moving towards them. And really it's about finding your passion.
Yeah. That looks awesome. I have to say. And, if you've been under the weather or having any kind of ill health or anything, that Four of Swords reversed and Strength together there.
That's a good sign.
It's going to be a really good time for you physically as well. Uh-oh.
Okay, well,
let's see what you get with that. Oh, my goodness.
the Star in the Heart.
Did the Banshee catch it head on again?
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I think there is some hope or some feelings of love and happiness that are definitely going to be the theme for your spring and summer. There could be a romance blooming. There could be an attraction, let's say, and it's looking kind of positive.
It is really, and I think it's just saying a lot of hope, a lot of love. And, the thing is that it's whatever you want, really. Some of us have just been cooped up so long. We'd love to just be able to go down the street and talk to a neighbor we haven't really talked to in months, that kind of thing. So this is really about everything fond and emotionally pleasant, just being renewed with star energy. And so the spring and the summer really are going to be wonderful, I think.
Wow, couldn't get better cards. Well, you could. But I'm just saying, that's a pretty darn good summer, spring and summer. I would take it. Looking good, Kara. Good luck with that. That's yours. I'll take those. All right, so we are on Divine Universe.
You're welcome, Kara.
Okay, Paging Divine Universe, type that question.
Okay. General reading.
You've got it. All right, my dear. I think.
Yeah, I'm eating jelly beans.
That's why the camera's off.
I'm so vain.
I'm going to start calling him Mr. Jellybean.
Well, you already called my car
Would
that.
you rather me call you Mr. Crow?
When I'm not eating jelly beans, I'm eating crows, which are licorice flavored gumdrops.
Shuffle.
I can't control myself. I know, with Easter coming, I'm going to die probably. Just melt them down in a pan and shoot them up or something.
Mr. O has a real candy addiction. I cannot stop.
I take it you are not a fan of the crows, the licorice flavored. But I find women generally don't like licorice. More men like licorice than women do.
But I'm definitely not a fan. I mean, I have eaten the red licorice, but the black licorice I've never been that attached to, and it's been years. I've just never really liked licorice. Not one of my things.
I love licorice.
All right.
Don't say that.
All right, I agree. But anyway, it's okay, Divine You. We've got the 3 of coins reversed. Oh my, and we have the devil upright.
Temptation.
And justice reversed. So this was just a general reading for you, right? Yes, general. And so what am I seeing here? Good and plenty. So Mr. O likes those. Well, yeah, what is going on? Let's see. I wonder if you're obsessing over some outcomes. You're obsessing over, could it be the team at work? Could it be a work team, a work situation? People maybe, worried about how people will receive you and acknowledge you for what you bring to the table here. Do you feel like maybe you might not be seen in the proper light? This could just be worries on your part, obsessive thinking where, sometimes we think too much about something and, it starts to affect us. What do you think?
Well, the idea of it being the devil is sort of indicating maybe that you are questioning what it means to the overall picture in the sense of material things too, because it's really talking about the things that maybe hold us together on the material plane as opposed to, understanding spiritual concepts. So having said that, you're wondering maybe about the value of the team, or maybe you're wondering if components of the team are maybe more tainted in a certain respect than yourself would be in this matter, that maybe they're looking at something from a more obsessive layer of what they want out of it. And I'm wondering if that could relate to the idea of justice reverse, the idea that maybe somebody could be looking at easier ways to do things rather than thorough ways, or skipping corners in certain respects rather than a thoroughness. And I think you see that maybe from an environmental point of view, maybe you'll feel that that's kind of the theme or the energy, is that someone says, well, find the ways to do that, and that's a conflict maybe for you.
I'm not going to discount what he says. That's very possible. But I also can't help but think the devil is saying maybe you're overthinking this. Maybe you're overdwelling and obsessing on this. And that things will work out, ultimately. I don't see anything like, there's some things here, but it's not end of the world kind of stuff.
No.
So I want to do the Lenormand too to see what that might add to this.
And it may be that you're just somehow standing between the factions of this cutting the corners, or not looking at the picture totally from a certain ethical viewpoint, as opposed to where the team's thrust might be, that you might feel like you're outweighed in terms of direction or judgment. So then we get the home, and then we get the stork.
Oh, well, on the surface, just reading those cards on their own, that would indicate to me a change that will bring you more security and safety. There's some new beginning. And I know some new beginnings have started for you there, but I'm looking at the context of these cards here, and I can't help but wonder again, since I was talking about obsessive and overthinking.
I'm just trying to cut shadow.
Oh, obsessive and overthinking here, that maybe you're worried that this change, that you've just undergone will affect your security or stability in some way. That's just what I'm wondering, if I take it in context with the flavor of the cards here and where they're leading.
I think I agree with what you're saying about that, because when I look again at the temptation card, the devil card, I think that this suggests that maybe something is maybe pulling you towards the consensus that you don't totally favor, but you don't want to be the person who's standing in the way.
Okay. That's what we have for you. I hope that makes sense. And good luck with that. Don't overthink it, because also, if I take it another way, don't overthink it, because the Lenormand just might be telling you that this change will be stable and secure in the long run.
That's true, yep.
It just may be, everything takes time, everything takes time. All right, well, good luck with that, Divine You. Angel Rivera, you are up. All right, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Hey, you are always welcome, Divine You.
Admittedly, that one was a little bit vaguer for me. I don't know if Banshee agrees, but I thought there was something vague there.
Well, it told a story to me, and I just went with what I was feeling. The Three of Coins can mean a lot of different things. Again, it can mean... but looking at it in connection with the Devil and the other card, it's kind of just the way I took it.
Do you want to pull that one, the single card?
Oh, I can do that if you want.
Yes, please. Maybe I'll grab some more jelly beans.
No, stop it already. Stop turning the camera off of us.
I didn't do it.
I want you know what? We can break him of this addiction. We'll make him not change the camera when he wants to grab candy.
What are you going to do, time my hands?
20 times during the show.
Here, time my
hands. Or you
hands.
know what? When he takes the camera off now, you can say, "Stop eating that candy, Mr. O. We know what you're up to."
I implore all of my friends to not do that.
That's okay. Hey, we all have our addictions.
Who loves
mine is
you, baby?
Chocolate.
Who loves
without the hazelnut, Kara. I am not a fan of hazelnut.
Well, should I tell the story about what licorice does when it sort of...
No.
Because you know what I was going to tell you. Yes, okay. But it makes sense, though, doesn't it?
I suppose, Scorpio, I suppose it does. Here you go.
You're going to actually let me shovel after this?
I'm going to pull the card, but you're going to cut him. Hey, Angel. Ready to play the lottery?
Me too. Divine.
It's the Wheel of Fortune. So it looks like some cycle is shifting for you in a more positive way. It's interesting because I think some of your readings recently are indicating some issues, but there's some area of your life where things are just going to click. Spirit is saying that the energies are shifting to the more positive turn of the wheel. And maybe it's happening with the turn of the seasons as well. I wonder if it's saying that the upcoming season is going to be one of luck for you. And timing, good timing.
Well, if you wanted one card, this would be the one to get.
Indeed.
To me, the Wheel of Fortune is almost nearly my favorite card.
Yeah, I do like it.
It just has such an overall projection of stability. The wheel, to me...
Well, I don't know about stability. It is about movement.
Well, it is too, but I think that when I see it this way, it mostly feels like everything is the way it should be,
Okay.
It's almost a metaphor for the tree of life in its own way.
Yeah. Nice one, Mr. O. Well, let's see if this says what area of your life maybe. Well, okay.
Crossroads Angel.
So I feel here that maybe this change has to do with overcoming some obstacles. Maybe some things that have been blocking progress are going to be shifting away. You're going to actually be able to find your way through it. You're going to be able to take those obstacles and work through it. Maybe there have been obstacles to you finding your way to something, whether it's at work, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's in your spiritual pursuits, and the wheel is shifting it now.
Right. The wheel, I think actually that the change comes first that allows the road to open up clear and free with less obstacles. That basically whatever shifts provides the direction or provides the sense that the direction is no longer with obstacles.
it may be that what this is saying is you have had problems overcoming some obstacles and moving in a direction that you want to. Because sometimes I should read it that way with the mountains enhancing that, right? So there may have been that, but I feel here the wheel's the game changer in that. It's saying that is now shifting, and so you should be able to make some headway and some progress.
Right, and because it's a wheel too, I think it's always like kind of in that sense of a flow, even though it's beneficent at this time. It could just be saying that as you move ahead, you know, there will be some obstacles, but really it is saying you are moving ahead.
And now if the wheel were reversed, Angel Rivera, I might be telling you a different story. But you've got the wheel turned in the right direction, so good luck with that.
All right, good luck, Angel.
All right, we are on Anthony. Anthony, you are up. Good to see you again, Anthony. I hope you are still with us.
Well, it's been a couple hours.
I know. We might have moved on. We'll give Anthony a few moments and see. Is it your deck?
It could be.
I think it is. Hey, you're welcome, Angel.
You are welcome. There you are.
There you are.
All right.
Ooh.
Career options. So it sounds
that
like
sounds
maybe,
like the four-carder, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So
Let's
you have
do
a
that.
job interview. You're wondering about career options. Should you stay or should you go?
All right.
So stay where you are or go to the new career options. Okay, let's see what we get. I'm going to do 2 cards for one and 2 cards for the other.
Shuffle.
All right. All right. Let's see what we have here. Why, you know how to do it.
Okay, right. How interesting. Okay,
It
should I stay
is.
or should I go? So, you want me to do them both? Okay.
Well, let's do, should we stay? Should we stay? So we have Justice upright, and we have the Hanged Man upright. You know, there's something to be said for staying. There, I don't know. Maybe there's feelings of dissatisfaction here, but Justice seems to indicate that there is some balance, some reasons to stay.
Right. It sort of feels like maybe there is a sense of continuity moving on. It may be that this would move on to other things, but
the Hanged Man is here. I think, you know, it's really interesting because the Hanged Man is just hanging around, isn't he, Anthony? I feel that, you know, he's hanging there, but he's also observing things, and maybe this is a time to really look at this position from a broader perspective and really analyze what you are getting out of it and what is lacking. You know, what's the balance here? What is, you know, it's time to, Justice is about weighing things. So maybe it's really time to analyze this more in depth. Is it worth your staying? Because this kind of indicates a sort of stability here.
right, you probably feel that most things reasonably considered are fair just for your current situation. There may be a part of you that feels that there is something you might feel is better somewhere else. You might feel like there's a stability that you maybe are curious about trading for something else. But like Banshee says, I don't think you've really come to that conclusion necessarily.
Let's look at the other side, though. So should you go? We've got the Devil reversed. And then the Page of Cups reversed. I should let you go first.
Well, the devil reversed may indicate that if you go, you're going to feel a certain level of freedom, and it might be really exciting. You may feel that you liked where you were at. Maybe you felt those just things, but you felt that something was also holding you back. Maybe it was the sense of the stability you felt, and maybe you feel too, just maybe you're more of a risk taker by nature, Anthony. Maybe you just sort of feel like whatever this new thing is exciting enough for you to want to take a chance on it. So that takes us to the Page of Cups. And this is a little less clear to me, because maybe it does indicate that although you feel that way, maybe there's a little bit of a sense of anxiety or insecurity there. And or two, that maybe there's something you really do feel emotionally resonant with the place you're at now, that there are some things you feel like, well, once you move, you may really miss that. It may be something tangible, it may be something more abstract.
The devil is definitely indicating liberation and freedom. You feel like you can break through now, things that maybe have been feeling a little bit oppressive. So even though there's some balance and stability on this job that you're presently at, maybe you feel like you're being held down or held back in some ways, and that this new position would free you from that. But the Page of Cups, it's kind of like Mr. O says, you have a lot of anxieties here and worries. I don't know whether it's about whether you will fit in, whether this is right for you in some ways. You have emotionally mixed feelings about this. And I feel that if you went, you might carry that over, like, did I make the right decision here? You might question yourself. Even
though ultimately you want to be a risk taker, you sort of feel a little bit of the thrill of that. And I want to call your attention here too. I did this earlier in the reading. Somebody else had the Hanged One, the Hanged Man. And of course, he's not really hanging. He's sort of floating there. There's nothing really holding him there. So to some degree, this could be saying that some of this is illusory, or is really something that is not settled, that it can be altered depending on how you really want to view it and how you want to change it. So I don't know if we're really answering your question so much.
Yeah,
just sort of pointing out those
some things to think about there. For the first one, should you stay? Look at, that's your home. That's like where you're at right now. That's your comfort level. But you're at a crossroads there. You really are. Your mind is kind of thinking you want to move beyond the safe and secure. Maybe you do have some stability here, but there's that yearning to make that choice, to make that decision to move on. For the other job, though, which is really interesting, I've got the key.
That's sweet, Divine. Thank you for doing that. The key and the scythe, the scythe. So it could be...
Well, I think that the key... the key just indicates that the other card is really key in this. And the scythe is kind of an interesting card. It's kind of, it can be good, it can be bad, because sometimes it's cutting, like sharp words, anger, resentments, bitterness. But and I'm looking at the scythe with the Page of Cups here, and I'm wondering if the key would be that you would be cutting. You would be feeling kind of,
Well, I'm wondering if some of this new position maybe cuts you away from a lot of things. Go ahead.
Right, that it cuts you away from some things that you felt comfortable with. In other words, to take this on this other position, with the devil reversed here, it's going to be freeing, it's going to be liberating, but it's also going to mean some major changes for you. And so you're going to have to cut maybe some of the different habits and modes of ways that you've been used to doing things. And so there might be problems with anxiety here and feeling like, am I ready for this?
Well, it relates maybe to the sense of what you might give up, the hangman, the sense of the security.
Yes, you might be cutting some security.
So, for example, are there things you do know about and that these are the questions? Like, for example, might you have to commute further? Might you have to relocate to be closer if that's your desire? Might you have to make certain changes? Might you move to a differing shift that sort of takes you away from a time period you'd like to be active? Or might you have to...
Is this a cut in salary or benefits or something else that might affect you in some way?
Having to take a certain level of training in order to, adjust to that. Any good job, that maybe is advancing you, they should be able to offer you training. Even if you do meet their requirements, they need to be able to train you. So these are things that maybe are coming into play and that they may change where you have been and make you feel less comfortable, a little more anxious.
It's really such an even, close call here, Anthony.
Yeah.
It can honestly go either way. In other words, it's saying there is some stability and security if you stay, but there is some issues if you go.
I'm going to pull the bottom card.
Some positives too. The feeling, the sense of freedom, the sense
Look at that, new job. Because you're here in Michigan, if I recall right. So it is about changing.
Oh, wow. That would definitely be cutting ties with things.
I'm going to pull the bottom card because sometimes we feel like we just need something else, and I feel that way. And, of course, it is the Queen of Wands reversed. And so this could be saying that there is a change here because of that. This may be related to friendships or networking in general, that it may really change things a lot. It may change personal relationships. It may change other relationships. It may... I should let you jump in. Because I'm not sure now.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to relate that, other than to say that I feel like take it, really give this a lot of thought. Because the Queen of Wands can be a little pushy and aggressive. And so make sure that, you're not pushing too fast, that you're making sure that you consider all the possible ramifications of how this change will affect you and the others, that this will affect in your life. I think that might be it here. And also, I'm going to throw this out here, Anthony, because I see a possible negative here. Is this job in California like a done deal? Do you really think you have this? Because the Page of Cups could indicate bad news. In other words, that maybe you aren't going to get this opportunity, even though it would be liberating for you. The Queen of Wands reversed can indicate that possibility to me too. So it's possible here that it may not pan out. You're just going to have to keep us posted on this one.
Yeah, I definitely would like to know.
I am really curious, but that's what we see looking at all of this.
Good luck with whatever you do decide, and I hope it really is something good for you.
Absolutely. Wishing you the best.
Thank you. And we could do you a general reading,
yeah, Austin.
Austin.
If you've got nothing in mind, we could do a general reading for you and see what comes up. And then it'll be Violet Lotus.
And then we are done. And
okay.
As you can see, we usually get into a little bit of overtime. Oh.
Well, fishing pole. Sounds like you're fishing for something in those dreams.
To me, I have a lot of what I call generalized anxiety dreams where I'm trying to find or do something that seems to elude me. And sometimes it's like that I'm looking for a thing that I can't quite put my fingers on. Okay, if you want the general reading, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
I hope we didn't talk you out of it. But maybe we could just throw a card for that anyway, just to see if there's a thought there.
Yeah, we'll throw something about the dream out there. We do stuff like that all the time. People ask us about their dreams. They ask us about ghosts haunting their house. All sorts of stuff. No question is too silly.
Yeah, we've had some friends who would just ask us about... Who was that one person? Didn't they ask about their dog?
Oh, yeah. What their dog was thinking about or whatever it was. Oh, gosh, that was Jay Walker, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Yep. So. He was a hoot.
And there's a person who asks us if a certain TV show will be renewed because they hadn't heard about it. So, whatever you're interested in.
We'll give it a shot. We love testing the cards. That's why we do our Super Bowl predictions.
Yeah, we do the
every year.
Super Bowl prediction. We do world
U.S.
predictions,
stuff like that. Definitely keep us updated, and good luck.
You're welcome.
Hey, it's always, even if you don't accept a job, it's always good to test those waters. Okay, I'm trying to figure out which one that is. That's the Sun. The Sun is reversed.
Yes.
The Eight of Swords is upright. Is that the Tower? Were you talking about the Tower, Austin? So now it's a foregone conclusion. You got the Tower? But you have the Tower upright.
You have the Tower upright.
So this is very interesting. You've been having this isn't about the dreams, so this is about a general reading. And I feel here that the Tower is indicating that there are some lessons, maybe some harsh lessons you've had to learn. And you're beyond that now. You have picked up the pieces and you are in a far better place. There may have been some, these things, whatever they were, whatever it was, the lessons that you learned, had to do with things that really ate away at your confidence, your abilities to move forward. But that seems to be a lot better now. It just seems as though there's a theme here. And I guess I should have started from the beginning, because it seems as though some disappointments or setbacks made you feel you lacked the confidence to move forward in a particular situation. And it may have caused a major awakening of some sort, a wake-up call to occur, which is what the Tower is about. But the good news is, in that situation, is that the Tower is saying, you have learned, and you've learned what you've needed to, and now it's time to move forward in a more positive place.
What it sounds like is that maybe somewhere in your recent past or relative recent past, or something that maybe is just really of concern, is that somehow you did move away from a situation where you felt it wasn't working in your benefit. The Sun was reversed, so things were not filtering through to you in the way you wanted. It really left you feeling like you didn't have a way out, but ultimately you realized you did have a way out. And that was really part of it, is that it's awakening that was maybe delayed because you just really had to sit with yourself a little bit and say, I can move beyond this. I mean, that card says awakening, so you can move beyond what your situation was or what was troubling you. And that leads you with the idea that even though you understood how that oppressed you, how that might have limited you, there was the sense you learned something so valuable to you. It's what you learned that helped you move beyond that.
Right. We all have Tower moments in life. We all have them. And it's how we come out of them that matters. And when the Tower is upright, it says, you have swept up those pieces, and it's not a matter of putting them back together, or if you are going to put them back together, you're going to put them together on a firmer foundation this time because of the lessons you have taken to heart.
You're welcome. Thank you, Divine. Goodbye to you.
Did you want to throw another, was I supposed to throw another card, or did you want to? For the dream?
Yeah, so we're going to just throw a card for the dream just to see if one card gives us an idea about the dream, about looking for fishing poles in the church.
Well, I think there were dreams about fishing or trying to find them. They're different dreams.
I see. You're so welcome, Austin.
And you know what, Mr. O?
What?
We're going to do something a little different here.
What's that?
You'll see.
I'm scared now.
I'm going to cut them. And I'm going to have you fish for a card.
Fish. Go fish. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, so I pulled the Two of Swords, and it's reversed.
I think these dreams are telling you it's time to make a move of some sort. It's time to make a move or a decision in your life. The Two of Swords, upright or reversed, is a very neutral kind of card. On the one hand, it's talking about just staying in place and trying to weigh everything before you make a move or a decision. When it's reversed, it's saying it's time to make a move. These dreams are saying you are searching or seeking something, and now is the time to really move on it.
Well, it may be too that really this is a sign that you're going to gain the awareness about the dream, because a lot of times, the person in the two is blindfolded, and when it's
That's true.
one way, they're sitting there and they don't have enough information, so they just sort of sit there and wait. Now it's reversed. The idea is that not only have they perceived something, have they seen something, but now they don't have to sit there and wait. What you find out, what you begin to realize about this dream will give you the sense of where you need to go. And as a final thought, I want to draw the 2 to the 8 over here from the other deck, because I do feel a lot of times that those 2 cards do have a relationship. They both talk about people that maybe have certain limitations, but ultimately can reverse them, depending on how the cards play out and are enhanced. All right.
Well, remember, this is the Cupid Lenormand, so everything looks lovey-dovey in this deck, but there is Venus, and then we have the birds. And so I feel like somebody that and I wasn't doing that for the dream per se. I want to make that clear.
It's more applying to the first set.
Yeah, I think it has to do with the first set of cards, and basically there may be some woman in your life, whether it's family, whether it is in a relationship, that, is somebody that you can really connect with and communicate with, that maybe has helped you work through some of these issues in your past.
So they may be somebody that just represents as a spiritual mentor of sorts, or just somebody who really understands you at a basic level. And they may not necessarily be a female. They could be somebody else who's just a really close person to you and understands you and is willing to help you work through that.
Yeah. So that's what we have for you. I hope you did enjoy that, and do come back anytime, Austin. Good to see you here, and thanks. And we love your bakery. Your family's bakery. All right.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that too. Best wishes, Austin.
Awesome. That's good to hear. All right. Hey, Angel Rivera. We'll see you again soon.
Bye, Angel. Have
a good consult. All right. So, Violet Lotus, your time has come. You're welcome, Austin.
You're welcome. I'm going to eat a jelly bean.
Mr. O's eating more jelly beans. Let's stop him now. Wait, I got my magic wand here. Stop. The magic wand works by whacking the hand before he feeds himself. Okay. So Violet Lotus, what you got? Woohoo! And we'll call it a late day. Mr. O, I believe it's going to be your deck.
Okay.
But what fun. We read for a number of people today.
Okay. How do I want to do that? Believe it or not, I think I'm going to use the final rose for your question.
Oh, 17 readings. Awesome. All right. Is my purple dragon still with me, and what message does she have for me? Okay, yeah, we should do 3 cards. Let's see what we get.
Yes. It's been a great afternoon with everybody, and I know nobody's going to believe me, but like I mentioned, the last 2 live shows, somebody dropped in that we knew, 2 different people, and then today Austin did. But before that happened, I really had a sense that today would be a day that another person that we know in real life would visit our show.
Well, what I think is cool that somebody even from the past of the show, Anthony, came back. Mm-hmm. And so, it's just funny that way sometimes, the way it works. That's all. That's all I have to say. right.
Is Lily still with you?
And what message do they have?
The reversed Eight of Wands. Excuse me. Excuse me again. The reversed
Much candy.
Ace of Rings, which is Pentacles. This is that extra card.
Yeah, I keep saying you should not put that one in there.
Well, I have a book so I can interpret it, but...
I think you tried to before. It's not that clear.
Oh, I thought it was pretty clear. Go ahead, you can start and I'll go ahead and get the book.
Well, I'm going to read the 2 cards that I know. So I would say here that there seems to be some stagnant energy right now. They may still be with you, but they're not that present. I have the Eight of Roses here, which is the Eight of Wands, and it just seems as though there's been somewhat of a disconnect right now, that the energy is not connecting. And then with the Ace of Pentacles, it does indicate that there's not a lot of growth right now. They might be telling you that, I wish I had that third card. Go ahead. What is that third card?
Okay, well, the third card talks about something that's sneaky, maybe. A troublemaker, a discomfort, questions about integrity. Something sneaky is afoot, slithering its way into your world, wreaking havoc and planting seeds to rock your peace. A reminder that we cannot always control things and have them go according to our plans. So, of course, there's other cards that are similar to that, but I think that in this context, I'm looking at the Ace there reversed.
The Eight of Wands.
I had a feeling from the first card that maybe it's sort of a plus-minus situation, like it's not exactly connected to you anymore, Lily, but it may be able to be retrieved.
I feel there is a disconnect because of that Eight of Wands. And I think what he just said, that doesn't mean that I don't think that Lily is gone, but I think that there has to be a new connection established. It's possible that, you have a number of guides and different things around you. It is possible that there may be some, interference here.
Right.
As depicted by that card.
Right. It may be the kind of thing, and I don't know how this is done, but maybe you have to sort of ascertain whether or not everybody there is comfortable with each other, that they all have different levels and layers within a spiritual architecture that I don't think I would ever understand. But where is their weights and values? Do they get offended if certain people do things that they feel they have to do? So I don't know that. I'm just suggesting.
Yeah, I'm getting a feeling about that too. Right, and I see you're kind of going there too. You haven't connected with them in a while, so things have been allowed to kind of stagnate and peter out. So you will have to find a way to rekindle that. And I feel that, like I said...
And that maybe is what this is saying. The reversed Ace of Pentacles is just saying it's sort of not exactly there right now, and you have to work on it.
That's not the... Oh, the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you said 8, and didn't hear. So, yeah, there's just no growth there right now. So you have to reestablish that connection in order for growth. So that might be what the dragon is trying to tell you here, and that maybe... some other influences have been occupying, more of your time and taking away from that. So maybe what the dragon might be saying is, if you want, growth, if you want messages from me, we have to start talking again. So I think there is no message other than that for now.
Right. It may be saying that they're waiting for you to renew the connection.
Shiny, sparkly. So let's see what we have here.
This is true. Is there a dragon card in there?
No, but we got the garden card.
Uh-oh.
And then we got the whip. So I think here, some action needs to be taken. The whip is about taking swift, decisive action on something, sometimes aggressive. And so maybe what this is saying is, hey, you have to kind of just get everybody on the same page, in your group of, in your tribe of spirit guides and support, in your spiritual support group. Maybe it means here too that, you have to take some swift, decisive action to make sure the dragon feels a part of the whole here.
To me, like the garden is almost symbolic of like a place that a dragon would live in. And I know that maybe there are different types of elemental correspondences with dragons, but I always sort of feel like an earthy element around dragons. I don't know if that's how you feel. That's just me. And I don't work with dragon energies. But so I'm just wondering if this is saying, create spiritually or otherwise the sense of a welcoming space for them. Maybe it's a garden, and I'm not saying you have to create a garden, but maybe it's a spiritual garden, a construct in your mind that you and maybe they all sit there in that garden. Maybe that's what you have to do, is that the temple turns in your mind or in your heart turns into a garden where they all can find their space.
Hey, that's what we have for you on that one. That was really interesting, actually.
That was.
I wasn't sure where that was leading at first, but I guess this extra card works. Sometimes when I'm doing tarot, I take out extra cards. Like, for example, Cyril Marchetti's Tarot of Dreams has 4 palace cards in it, and I don't use them. I tend to not use them. They're part of the court cards in the, I think they are, in the Tarot of Dreams, and I just don't go there with it. But so it rises to the level of there's page, knight, queen, king, and palace. And I just decided I just don't want to read them when I'm reading for others. I use them in my own work. So it's kind of interesting, though, because it really did work in this case. And maybe I have to rethink my stubbornness on
Well, it wouldn't hurt if I
them.
boned up a little bit more on what that card means.
Another deck that comes to mind is the Grimalkin Tarot that MJ Cullinane made. She has a Unity card in there and a card called the Grimalkin. And I don't use those either when I read with that deck.
Well, and the Murder of Crows has 4 extra cards as 2 double-sided cards, and those are sort of just indicators for timing or maybe another nuance. And I have worked with those on Goth Tarot, but, extra cards can be challenging, yes.
Yeah. Because we're so used to it, it does challenge us intuitively, too. I mean, we can go with what we feel because we don't always know what they mean because they're not part of our usual tarot work. So it's a challenge, and I have to think about that. Maybe I need to challenge myself more. So thank you for Mr. O for keeping that in there.
Oh, you're welcome.
And we're going to sign off now because we are late. Violet Lotus, I'm sure, needs a break, and I want to thank Violet Lotus again for being our chat moderator. We really appreciate you. Really appreciate
we
what
do.
you do.
Special thanks to you, Violet.
And we want to thank Mr. Maurice for his donation. We want to thank everybody for an absolutely fantastic afternoon once again. We truly enjoy reading for you and hope to see you all again very, very soon. So take care, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.